the end of the day, you can write beautiful code that trades and watches moving averages and does this and does that, but they, a prime example, because all of that doesn't matter when there's some other variable that's external that's affecting the market, and that's the thing that needs to be identified and quantified and used as a tool rather than being abused. Your system gets abused by it because you don't understand how it works, and that's the thing I would have liked to have put to these guys. That it's great. We can write programs and they can all trade and so on and so forth, and we all have our different approaches. But it's very clear from the work I've found that there is external forces that come and go that massively affect the market, that completely pancake any kind of, and it doesn't matter what it is. It's always caught by surprise. And, what are those? How do we quantify them? How do we find those? So that's what I was going to use. I don't know if you can bring that to the table for these guys, because they're used to seeing code. They're used to seeing code that describes, key reversal, or describes a moving average being crossed over, and after bars you should take the trade or you shouldn't take the trade, whatever you're doing. But what's driving all of that? And that's the thing I'm in the hunt for, and that's something I think they'd be interested in trying to hunt down.
So give me an example of what are you trying to hunt down?
If the world was different and you had your way in the most ideal situation, what will it be?
What can you define that you're hunting down? Because just external forces out of your control or outside your program that you've written is quite vague.
Yes. So basically, I've identified the issue as the large volume coming in very, very small time frames. This gets the market to do those wild jumps that you saw with Bitcoin, where it suddenly shoots up what looks like several hundred points and then comes straight back down again. This is a large order that somebody is placing somewhere along the line that's coming in, it does its transaction and it leaves. And then nothing else happens. Nobody else, no automated trading systems kick in, nothing. It just all sort of reverts back to what it was doing before that happened.
So when that large order comes in, how does that affect your model? How does that affect your trading strategy?
Well, it affects the trading strategy, but what it does is it plots maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 bars, all of it at the same time, all within a second or two, instead of the usual 2 or 3 minutes. Because the bars that I use are predicated on distance moved and not time. So, if it moves, say, 50 points in a second, it's going to plot 50 bars, in my example, in a second, instead of 50 bars over 10 minutes.
So who do you think can help you solve some problem like this? That is the question.
You mean what type of skills?
What type of individual? Let me give you a starting point. I want to work with people that are true rocket scientists that spend their lifetime in literally rocket science. Like there is this guy, I put this URL on your on the chat, stockspotter.com. You must have heard about him. He has written half a dozen books about trading algorithms. So he is a retired rocket scientist, much like the other one. What's his name? That one that we came to the university one time.
Perry Kaufman.
Perry Kaufman. This one is Heller or something like that. Have you been to his website?
I think I have, because I go to so many.
Yeah.
It's called stockspotter.com, and I'm looking. I send you the URL on the chat.
It's stock Spotter, SPOTTER.com.
Yes, and it has this homepage where you can enter any two symbols, and he will forecast them for the next few days. And he publishes it, and he shows also the confidence interval around it, and he will compare it. So, for example, I put in Alcoa
So where'd you go? Free screener or where'd you
on
go?
the free screener. You go at the beginning,
Free
and you
screener.
click on free screener,
And then you have like
and
bullish
yes,
swing,
bullish swing
setups
and
and bullish.
momentum. So it doesn't matter. Click on the first one, bullish, and then scroll down. Oh no, I did
Yeah,
the other one.
I did bullish. Okay.
Okay, I don't remember what I did already. So I did the other one.
Each
Yes.
setup forecasts a possible near bullish upswing.
No, there was
Setup.
another one where I entered Alcoa. And you enter Alcoa, and then you can, at the home page, it says get forecast. You see at the very top?
Oh,
Go back to the home page.
Okay, hold
Here,
on.
look at it.
Yeah.
And then you type, let's say IBM, right?
Under the ticker.
IBM,
Oh, under the
on the-
ticker symbol.
And then click submit.
Right. Yeah.
So a guy like that, it was literally, and then you see the chart, actually using some kind of polynomial algorithm. The chart
It
shows
says
you
by-
here. This look at mine.
Oh,
What did
yeah.
you type in?
Oh, I typed-
Tesla.
Yeah.
Why don't you do the same thing
Oh,
so you
okay.
can see it?
So
I'm
what you
doing
type
it
in?
on purpose because it shows a polynomial future forecast, which is what I wanted to show you, extending the today's date. I mean, a guy like that spent his lifetime working with these polynomials for rocket science, for scientific applications. So he's been doing
His
it for all his
forecast,
life.
yeah.
You see, from February 24th,
Fourth.
which is yesterday, what he does, he takes yesterday's data and forecasts the next of the week, for example, in this case. Can you see it on your computer?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a guy like that spent his lifetime, and the reason that they're so interested in working with me, among other things, is they have a textbook that I want to use as a textbook for our classes. And if I bring him all of a sudden 100 students that buy his textbook, that makes a dent in his sales and other things.
Because it's so limited the sales.
But this is a guy that is sitting there. He has a PhD in aeronautical engineering or something like that, and he spent a lifetime with this algorithm that he developed. And a guy like that is not something that you are going to find in your vicinity, like you go find an Einstein in your neighborhood. And if you can,
Of course not.
if you can line up a few of those, 2 or 3 of them, and they will collaborate with us, they will crack the performance. The performance is the key issue. If it has a skyrocketing performance like this one, for example, and then the rest of it I can tap the search engine, and I can do social media with tweeting and everything else.
Right. Right.
But I wanted to show you an example of extending the polynomial in case I didn't do such a great job communicating, which I know I don't, because many times I talk to Sarah a million times and I still don't come across.
It's interesting you ask what kind of person the thing is that what I'm finding is that my work is becoming more effective by using the mathematical models that you've shown me so far, the polynomial and R squared kind of concept on the indicator
It's almost like confirmation.
And that is the key. That is the key hindrance. This is why people don't stick. If they don't buy your software, they don't even try to buy it. And those that buy don't stick with it because they lose confidence.
Correct. Correct. So, the way I define my system is, capture your money and run. Okay?
Yeah.
Capture your money and run. So that means that when a trigger goes, it almost has to be the trigger that makes the money. So you need a high level of confidence in allowing the trigger to go. So as I said, I've been working on adding restrictions, or I should say filters, to the indicators that I use with the polynomial and R squared, and even the regression channel, and now the predictive regression channel to the indicators that I use, and that's helping me a lot. I should say, helping the strategy to sidestep previously bad trades, if you will.
Yeah, this is what I
That's the
suspect.
kind of
This is what I suspect he is doing. I listened to, I read some of his writing and listened to some of his webinars and seminars, and this is what I understand he is doing. He made some indicators in which he sells signals to buy and sell. The average holding period is about 2 weeks. You can see, by the way, on this IBM case, you can see a linear function that goes from 12%, ends up at 1.2% with an
Right,
arrow
right.
to sell.
Right there at the buy in November, after November 18th, you see the up buy for IBM, George?
And the sell at the 12%, the red down arrow.
1.2%.
Yes, and he makes it very simple for somebody to go in and type in a symbol and click one thing and see it. So I like this simplicity and the confidence building for
And
the
then
public.
and then he has that swing set up near bullish, possible trading signal within 3 days.
right.
Simple reading of his chart.
What do you think about having a team of people like that review what you are doing and trying to comment on it and work with them?
I don't know, or
I
some
don't know
other
that-
or any other ideas.
I know that one of them agreed. I didn't speak to this John Heller, but I spoke to his kind, similar people that publish a lot of books, and they're all interested in putting in an hour or two. But if we get an hour or two from several people like that, we got something going.
Right, right. No, I'd be very interested in working with folks like that because, in my opinion, the trading patterns and so on and so forth are very well known. So you have to look outside of that box to find anything.
Right, because everybody's looking at the same thing.
Right, exactly. And so they can get ahead of it.
Right.
They can get ahead of it, and they corrupt it, which is often what happens. So I'm looking for something or people who will look outside of that box and say, yeah, okay, that's all fine and good, but we're going to work with something different. There's internals here which are much more valuable.
Right.
Yeah.
Another thing, I wanted to show you a concrete example of why I like what he does. There is a menu at the top that is called some name, and it has a cycle analyzer. I think that in your case, there is a cycle that you have to become aware of. The time, like you told me, that your customers, they keep trying to trade and then they lose the money that they made because they aren't aware of these cycles, that in certain points in the cycle, you don't want to trade, you want to stay out.
It's almost like the yesterday and today, maybe.
There is on the home page, if you pull underneath the submit, there is a ticker submission where it says IBM, and underneath it you pull down a menu. It says cycle analyzer, robo
It
forecaster,
says
money flow
robo.
director, ticker symbol, compare, IBM, and so on. And I think that another issue that to deal with for you, you have to build in a cycle analyzer that will analyze it and will take it out completely, so they won't be able to trade when the cycle goes a certain way. And that's what his specialty is in cycle forecasting.
That's excellent. I'm trying to build a tool of that because, as I said, I've shared my new version of my program with a couple of individuals, actually friends of mine. And, one of them, he's done very well, but I told him that, listen, for every day that the system makes money, the losing day is getting closer and closer. And
Right. Take your money off the
the
table.
more, right, and the more winning days in a row that you get, you're going to get just as many, if not more, losing days.
Well, the higher probability
Yeah,
something's going to
and you know,
happen.
when you have free markets, basically the changes occur when it is not in an equilibrium. There is demand and supply. That whenever they stabilize, there is a price, and that is called an equilibrium in economics. What happened, a SAR or some other thing like the coronavirus throws everything out of equilibrium, and then you have an opportunity to make huge profits. But after a while, you'll see that things return back to normal or reverse, because everybody,
The
like
mean
with this
reversion.
corona, everybody was trying to short it after the big short. You lost 1,000 points on the exchanges. Then everybody woke up and tried to short it, and those that actually shorted earlier are exiting the short, and the whole thing is reversed. So they think that if somebody made a
They're
huge,
too
huge
late.
profit, the opportunity for profit will be reversed very quickly.
Yes, absolutely. And that's exactly what happens with my system that I've had out on the market for almost 2 years, like I said. If I get a nice productive 2-3 week cycle with my system, I get all these people signing up for the trial,
Right.
but they never stick with it because they've signed up right at the end of the productive cycle. They're walking right into
The disaster, yeah.
of shopping markets.
Right, and you can have an algorithm that censors it. You know, it is. I used to surf in my younger days, so we used to stand there and wait for big waves, and then at the beginning swim with the shark, so to speak, until we got in a position right on top of it and catch it. And many times we'll miss it and wait for the next one and the next one. But you have to be there in a position ready to
Pounds.
pounce, and then realize that once you're on the wave and
You
you're
don't
on the beach, you cannot catch another wave right away.
Or even you don't want to be wiped out.
Right. So, you know, you have to stay out for a while and then wait for a while until the next cycle comes around.
So, okay, George. So you anticipate your next version to be out of the market. So when it's like yesterday and today, it will be automatically out. There'll be an alert, or what do you anticipate? Ideally, your system.
Well, first of all, I think I've come up with a tool that's workable, but I have to test it now.
Yeah.
And luckily, the market came up with the environment for me because last Wednesday, my tool was saying stay out.
Uh-huh.
So Thursday, I left the system running, and it made some money. And I stayed out Friday, and that was good because Friday was very painful if you had actually traded it live in my system.
Right.
And I stayed out yesterday, and I stayed out today.
Yeah.
And even though the system took trade, I switched it to simulation instead of live mode, meaning not real money, I could see the trades that were taking. The trades were all correct. They were in the direction of the move. They should easily have made their profit target and shut down for the day. But every single one, with the exception of about 20%, the stop loss was getting hit first before it went to the profit target if you had stayed in having extended the stop loss, which I don't recommend.
Yeah,
And then, as I said, this morning's example, there was a massive amount of slippage in the stop loss.
yeah. Because everybody's there, it's too much. Yeah.
That's a sure indicator that price is moving vast distances in extremely short time periods, because the slippage is due to the latency of the order cycle. That's exactly what that is. So, yeah. So eventually I will make it a automated option, let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's what I think it's good. That I don't need to be worried about it. That if at a certain point, it will get out. Be conservative. This is like the conservative model.
Yeah, no, basically what it'll do is my vision of the way I'm going to program this thing is that the night before, it's going to say we are in extremely volatile conditions, and this is extremely high risk. So, think about if you really want to leave the system running, we recommend you don't.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do anything in that it will not run the system.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be good as a default. That will be, if you want to keep it against your wishes, you'll have to confirm that against your
How
best
did you
wisdom.
get this stuff?
Oh, right here, cycle analyzer.
Oh, no, you
Yeah,
said
but
that.
you have to move.
Maybe I don't see.
It's-
Okay, yeah.
Right.
Another thing I wanted to show you that I like what he's doing this. John,
That stock spotter
on the bottom, if you look at the bottom of the screen,
for
he
cycle
color-
analyzer.
he
Did you click
colors
on
it.
that?
you have downtrend, uptrend, cycle mode, cycle peak, and swing setup. Can you see that?
Yes, I can. Yeah,
So that is something that you
very good.
there are special algorithms for cycle detection. It's also like a hurricane that is in cycles. As a life cycle of the hurricane, it has certain stages that always repeat themselves. And some stages are very predictable and others are not so predictable. And so it's nice how we make it so visual for somebody that doesn't understand anything and doesn't want to know anything. Everybody can understand the lights like in a traffic lights. Green is go,
Upper trend, down
red is no, and yellow is maybe.
is no, the cycle mode or whatever.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's
So-
it. To learn from that, and also I like his forecast that he makes that purple line, and then you know that is his area
Yeah,
of
to give
forecasting.
guidelines to people because they, regardless of what you tell them, they're going to do whatever they want. In spite of your advice. So at least if you give them some guidelines like that to know, hey, this is a green area. So if you want to take extra risk, do it here. Don't do it when it is red.
Right. Well, I kind of did that with my system. With
Yeah,
the
you
background
do.
colors, if you recall.
No, I like that where you said at night he's not trading.
Yes,
Oh,
and you do similar things
Yeah.
to Senex Trend with the colors and
No,
so on.
no, I think yours is in a way nicer because you don't have to see how you missed it when you went down. His is
Yeah.
as it's going.
That you
can-
color the whole screen, so
right, you see
if
it.
it is below, I chopped it on the bottom. I couldn't find it now. I saw it before, but then I had to scroll down.
Right. And, like my system right now is throwing these bands of, this is live, bands of do not trade zones. The system won't trade, but it's also designed to tell you that the traders don't trade in here, man. This thing will turn on you in a nanosecond. And that's exactly what it's doing. It's whipsawing huge range. So and that's the kind of thing that I intend to do with my, if you will, my large indicator, which I'm intending to put on a daily chart. So the background on the daily chart will change color, saying, when you see this color, we really do recommend that you do not leave the system. In fact, the system is not going to run unless you say it should, because this is high risk.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is another reason that I'm stressing for you the daily charts because a lot of people don't understand what futures are and they don't understand what tick level is, but everybody understands a daily chart because this is what they show on Bloomberg on the television every day. And
What to do?
Right.
so everybody can relate to that, and it is very easy, relatively speaking, easy to understand it.
Right. 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 Yeah, and also it slows down. You know, I mean, if you think about it, my system, the trade, the typical trade is 5 minutes.
Right, and that is,
You're making money or
Go get it.
oh yeah, we have Amazon, so
Yeah,
stay
yeah.
here. I'm
Okay.
going to take it.
Okay. Okay.
get out there.
All right. So I think we have an idea.
Yeah. So I then I was at your hand school coming up to Saturday. I'm going to jot down some ideas about what I think needs to happen to me anyway, moving forward.
Yeah. It's good to articulate, write it down that you have a plan. If you want to get somewhere, you got to figure out where you're going to get it.
Right. Yeah. And then please do send me the invite so I can.
Yeah, well, if you just want to see it on YouTube, you'll just see it on you're subscribed to that anyways, the DRS Rushi.
Yeah.
So it'll be there if it does work, you know, and if not, and if it doesn't work, it's okay too. That's the beauty, you know what I mean?
Well, that's part of the experiment.
Right, that's part of the experiment, but so we don't get too flustered, you know what I mean? But I just wanted to, I agree with you, it's just such a short period of time too, that this is.
If there is one point that you think that we should deliver to this audience,
he
what
said-
would it be? I'm back from Amazon package.
Yeah, but the one thing that I personally would do is that we need to be looking outside of the standard models. You know, as I said, the standard models have been beaten to death, and everybody knows them. They've all been automated. They've all been optimized. And so you have to look outside.
Outside the box. So his idea that all these have been already,
What do we look at?
So what is the message that I can give the audience?
so what message you want to do to the audience? Think outside the box and try to measure it? What should
I don't even know where the box is.
Well, I'll tell you what the box is. There's what Tony is bringing.
It's everybody's doing all those technical trading. What he's trying to say,
Right.
everybody's using all those technical trading, just like Tony is.
Right.
And since everybody's using it, it's nothing unique. So if you want to win, am
Oh, you
I
have to do
correct?
something
You're
different.
different.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
You understand? Everybody's doing all those technical traders. That's all they're being doing. They're just
Yes.
doing. They're packaging and calling it their own names, but it's the same. It's the same patterns that they're all looking at.
Right. And that's the message I would deliver to these guys. And the answer, at least preliminarily, is that obviously we haven't to work in. I mean, we can't go too far out of the environment.
Right.
Management itself has a series of tools which really are begging to be really analyzed and dug into to find their weaknesses and their strengths. Because these tools, which basically translate these indicators, they all have values, but the perception of how they're used needs to be changed in my mind. And that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to look at all of these indicators differently as to this indicator is showing this to everybody. But what is it not showing? Or what is it showing differently that no one's looking for? In other words, I don't know. Like one of the trades, and I don't need to pick on Tony, but you know I'm going to.
Yeah.
But one of the trades he had is double cat, something crossing the other, and you know when that happens, it's just a trade. That's a fairly standard
remember, most of these people in the audience, they're not traders. So what message can I give them so they can understand? If I go into the details of what Tony is doing, which is what he will do, they wouldn't understand most of it. Even if they are very experienced programmers, and a lot of these programmers like to trade options, so they understand that, but they don't use algorithmic trading. They don't let the algorithm trade.
They just pick on it.
What? How can I simplify it so that?
I just thought of it, and I don't even know if it makes sense. But the simplest analogy that I have is that we all know that, one-way streets are efficient. Okay? But two-way streets are even more efficient. So when is one more efficient than the other? When we have selected one-way streets, they're efficient. But what if we make the whole city one-way? Well, does that make everything more efficient? No, it doesn't. It makes things worse. And that's what's happening. Is everybody's driving in the same direction with the same tools every time. And so we need to look at the tools and figure out alternative ways of using the tools. So I don't know if that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. This is what I want. This is why I want to
Yeah.
introduce the forecasting, because what
Everybody's looking backwards.
none of them is actually doing forecasting. This is why I'm citing to you this example with IBM that shows how he made the chart that looks like a polynomial, and he forecasts Friday's performance. So yesterday was 24th, and he shows you the performance in March 9th. And also he shows you the confidence intervals and the values that he expects to get, and you can enter another symbol like he has a two symbol chart when you can enter S&P when you pull down the cycle. There
The
was some
cycle
place
analyst.
that it had you could put another symbol in.
Yeah, he has
don't
Robo
remember- I
Forecaster.
don't remember. I think it was Robo Forecaster. Let me see. I don't remember which one it was. That you can enter another symbol. I entered
No, that's Robo.
S&P 500, and it charts it on the bottom.
Right.
Don't know where I did it. It's a little kind of. Can you find it? Do you know where it
Where?
is? There.
What are you looking
You
for?
put another symbol like S&P 500 or Dow or some other thing like that.
See, look at this one. This is money flow he's doing.
The money flow. I don't remember which one it was. Set
See, and he
forecast
says
time.
IBM has been balanced money flow over the past 5 days.
The money flow.
Yeah.
Maybe it was in the money
I
flow.
don't know where.
Money flow detector.
See how he says there, and then go down.
Yeah.
That's not what you want, right?
And there was a way to do comparison of two symbols.
It's in the free screen.
Ticker symbol comparer. Yeah.
Where's that? Where'd you get
Okay,
that?
SPY.
Where'd you-
When you pull down the menu, there's ticker
Wait.
symbol
Where?
comparer.
Where?
Here, you see on the
Where?
bottom SPY, and on the top.
How did you get it?
Another thing that I want to do, George, is to forecast from one ticker to another. For example, forecast IBM as a function of SPY. Are you with me? So there is what is called the beta, which is correlating an individual stock with an index in which the individual stock.
Can I call you back? You're cutting out pretty badly. So let me
Okay.
call you back and
No, it's okay.
No, it's all right. I have to. Can you hear me better now?
Can I call you back?
Yeah, sure.
Connection?
Sure.
You start talking like this, and
Okay, so stop.
this way it's the best. You know what I mean? View it like this. This is what's the best. Because when you put it on your shirt, the mic it's the way.
Just to have,
Okay. together. Now I put it on speakerphone.
Can you hear me now?
Is that better? Shut this down.
Yeah, it is better. Okay.
Okay. So I was telling you that what I'm trying to do is what we are doing now. We are doing a forecasting using the Julian date as a predictor variable, and the stock market price as a predicted or dependent variable. Another forecast will be to use another index as the independent variable, like SPY, predicting IBM, for example, which is the chart that I put in. The first symbol is IBM and the second symbol is SPY, and click submit, and you'll see the chart of SPY on the bottom and the chart of IBM at the top. And it is called IBM has been underperforming SPY over the past 4 days. And you can see that IBM in the past 4 days has not done as well as the SPY, for example.
Right.
So that's another kind of what is called intermarket, and you can take other market. You can take like the currencies and see what impact the currency have on forecasting the futures and all kinds of combinations like that.
Okay, let's wait.
I just came in on StreamYard. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me on StreamYard?
Let me see. Hold on. Let me go to StreamYard.
Okay,
Let me put you
so
in. Okay.
So many screens going here.
Yeah, I have.
What is what after
Right.
one?
Yeah.
all right, testing, testing, testing.
Okay. Yeah, you're coming in.
Yeah, right.
So I'm gonna hang up the phone. I'm gonna hang up the phone and see if we can connect this, talk this way.
We'll see it. That's a good idea.
Where's my
All right, so
screen?
I'm gonna hang up the phone, hang
Okay,
on.
we'll see. If not, call back.
Okay,
So where's my screen at now? I don't know.
okay,
Okay, we
Can
hear
you still
you.
hear me?
Fine.
yep, I hear you fine, that's great.
That's great. So at least we hear the voice.
I don't know where my screen went, but it was in here. Here it is. That's it. Must be.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
We hear you
Yeah, because I
fine.
can see you both and
Good.
hear you.
Okay, great. Okay. We can't see you,
But you may not want to be seen. I don't know if you want to be seen.
but we don't.
Anyways,
But we don't see you.
I placed the stock spotter.
Your guests will need contact. What does it say here? Hold on. Your guests will need to connect their mic cam before you can add them to the stream. But that's up to you. That's what it says when I'm in StreamYard. You hear me?
May not hear you.
No, he doesn't hear me at all.
Did you shut your mic? No.
No. Your mic is off.
You want me to turn
No,
my
no,
mic
no,
on?
it's him. You see what it is? It says your guests will need to connect their mic cam. Okay,
Yeah. So he didn't connect his mic.
okay. Hello?
Yeah, your mic seems not to be connected.
It says,
Now,
what?
what happened is I clicked on start my camera.
Yeah,
It says it looks like you don't have a camera, but what I do is click into the laptop, and it mutes at the same time.
yes, it did.
What did he say?
When he tried to get his camera, it said he didn't have his camera when he at that point when he tried to get his camera, it muted him unintentionally. Yeah.
Yeah, it may be conflicting with something.
So when you go to your camera, did you look at what cameras you have
Pull down the menu and look at the options.
down below?
Yeah, no, I did, and it just says standard. Let's see. When I click the box that says camera, it's completely blank.
Oh, it's blank. Okay, so it may be a driver issue also of the you have a camera on your device?
You have a webcam or what do you have?
No, I have a laptop that has a camera and a mic in it.
Oh, you have a USB mic and camera?
No,
It's built in. He has it
Built in,
in.
okay.
Built in. Are you having anything else run using that camera?
There's nothing else running on the computer, and when I go to camera, Windows, and select the camera app, and then go to the settings on it. And somehow it's very slow.
Okay.
So it still doesn't show anything.
He says stand by. It's trying.
Okay.
What is green screen doing?
Green screen is enable you to put in an image from New York City.
Right,
Looks like as if you talk from New York City.
Right.
So that was doing what Windows is doing with my camera.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the problem. I think Windows and Firefox.
Oh, are you using Firefox?
Yes.
Oh, that's a
another
problem.
issue.
Use Chrome.
It's use
You know,
Chrome.
use Chrome. So get out. And
No, leave it in. Leave
no, but if you want to try to use your
doesn't matter.
it's Chrome is the
Just
issue.
go to Chrome and paste the URL from Yard StreamYard onto where it says participant. Place it on a Chrome on the edit line, and let Chrome enable your camera and your microphone because it has drivers built into the browser.
Yeah. And also, if you see the instructions when I send you the stream, it always says use Chrome.
Yeah, I did do that. But, you know how that goes.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just telling you that we've had issues. Also, IE and Edge and all that has issues with it too.
And I actually have to download Chrome and install it.
Yeah. Okay, we can do it another time. Doesn't have-
Actually, you know what you should do is when you run it on another browser, it will tell you run Chrome, and it will give you a chance to click on the download, and you'll get a good download from of Chrome, and then install it. It's a good idea to have it anyways, just in case you have an issue with the
because
one
a lot of times.
browser and so on.
Okay. All right. So while all this is going on, let's see. So as I said, coming up with a plan and kind of laying out what I'd like to do as we move forward. As far as presentations goes, I said I want it to be as polished as possible.
Yeah, fine. Whenever you're ready, we'll find
Yeah, and if you want to send me some list of points, which you said that you had some stats
that
somewhere,
You want to do that, or
pointers, I'll try to incorporate it in my presentation.
for this time, kind of like what direction it is for tidbits from you, and then when you're ready, let us know, and we'll find a venue for you to present. That we have more control over, you know?
Yeah. That sounds really good. We'll work on that.
Okay.
And in the meantime, I will go ahead and pretend.
Okay, we'll see what happens, right?
You know, Windows got the camera software built into the operating system. Are you aware of it?
Yeah.
And
That's what I was looking at.
okay, but sometimes it doesn't work. It doesn't have capabilities, what is called the virtual camera. So there are software that have this capability that is called virtual camera, which enables a third party like StreamYard to use. And it's free download. One of them is called Webcam Max. So if you go to Webcam Max and download it and run it, it can run together with or alternatively, you can switch from the Microsoft camera software to that, and that has some capabilities that you can add to the camera. And StreamYard and other third-party software can use those drivers.
Okay. So I'm looking for Chrome on my computer, so
No, it's good to see if that's really the reason. You know, it could be my conjecture, and it really has nothing to do with it. But I know
When you click on StreamYard, did it tell you that
you should use
you should
Chrome.
use one of 3 browsers and list Chrome and some others?
No, no.
Okay, so try it on one of the other browsers, like any one of the other browsers. It will pop in the message for you, and then you can click on Chrome, and it will download a good copy of Chrome into your download folder, and then you double click it, and it will install it so StreamYard can recognize it. Because sometimes you may have installation of Chrome that are a little different, and even though it is installed and running fine, StreamYard won't recognize it.
Okay. We work on that. I just don't know where the, okay, here we go. I kind of want to get this going before I get off.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good idea because if we really do want you to be involved, you need to show your face, you know?
Yeah.
And then you also need to show your screen, you know? And then you'll have a choice, just like you tell other people. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to, but then when you do, you'll have that option.
Yeah, no, I don't care about showing the face or not. I just want to make sure that I have.
No, that's what I'm telling you.
Let
That
him
you
finish what he said. What is your concern other than showing your face?
no, he just wants to get it done. That's what he's saying.
Get what done?
To find out what the issue is before he
Oh.
gets off the phone.
Oh, okay.
It's not an issue.
Download complete. So I'm busy installing it. So okay, so Tony is saying welcome.
Do you have the link still?
I just posted it.
Okay.
And did the camera thing. All right, so there I am. Oh, okay, I see myself now.
Okay, so it was a browser issue?
Absolutely.
Okay. That's why we have each other.
All right, here I come.
Okay. All right, George. Good. Good to see you, George. You see George?
No.
It's a little bit.
Yours?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. But how come I don't see him in mine?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I see you now.
Yeah,
Okay.
now it took a while.
Sometimes
Okay.
there is a latency.
There's a latency. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
All right, good.
All
So we
right. At
got
least
it-
now
we
you
got
know
it
what
working.
the issue was.
Yep.
You need Chrome.
So,
So
you know, this
I have it.
This is why I think that if we get a few people that are very good at it, like this John and that those rocket scientists that spend all their time now, retired 20 years, and spend all their time they've done already 40 years when they were working as a rocket scientist, they can help in coming up with something that can, and they're prepared to release it because they published a book about it anyway. So it's not that they're telling you
Right.
something that's not public.
Right.
Okay, perfect. All right. At least you got that part. Now you know what the issue was. Chrome.
Yep. We're not having Chrome. It was
You know what I mean?
Firefox.
But at least you know it. Okay.
So if you have any ideas in the meantime, let us know. And otherwise,
Good to see you. Have a good day. Have a good
Jane,
week.
if you want me to present something there, like your strategy or your website or whatever you are, if you can send me some pointers about
Or
it,
just words of wisdom
I'm
will.
going to prepare a PowerPoint presentation, which I haven't done yet. I will
Okay.
see.
I'll prepare something in the next day or so, and
Yeah,
I'll just
see
send
you.
it to you. And
Okay.
if you can weave it in, that'll be great. If you can't, that's fine too.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So
Bye-bye.
Stay well
Ciao.
and
Stay
good
well.
talking to you.
You too.
Bye now.
Okay. Bye.
Finally, we
Bye.
got through this part.
This is the good part.
Yeah, yeah. Right.
Okay.
Move forward.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
I'm ending the broadcast.
Okay, fine.
Okay? So,
Okay.
all of a sudden I told them use Chrome.
Yeah, right.
So I'm good at that, of debugging sometimes.
right.
Huh?
I'm going to post